welcome to the SS Fireball. I am your captain, Captain Morgan. I'd love to greet you on my beautiful vessel.
Hello, Captain. I'm Dr. Miles, but you can just call me Joe. I'm one of your many researchers. That's Dr. Knights, that's Dr. Conti, and that's Ava.
That's Dr. Longoria to you. And the captain, thank you very much.
Okay, right here is Gunter, our finest man on this vessel, and also Commander-in-Chief.
Hi, Gunther.
That's what I said. All right, we have Mr. Hagley here is the janitor of our vessel.
Oh, fresh meat.
There's Richard in the back, but we just call him Dick.
You guys can call me Mr. Fish, but Dick works fine.
The person following behind me, that's Dick.
Stupid American! It's Yekaterina Zomoluchukova.
Last but not least, is our personal chef on this vessel, Sebastian Dubois.
Je m'appelle Sébastien Dubois. J'ai le plaisir de vous servir.
Don't worry, croissant isn't his only language. Follow me. I'll show you to the laboratory.
As results show, fusitol is heavy in dead organisms, while bitoaxine is found within the live organisms, which means we can conclude that organisms found with bitoaxine are more likely to survive despite the rising water temperatures.
Well, that means that we can simply pollinate the great coral reef with the hydrosophene, which will allow them to absorb it, causing the enzymes to then start creating larger doses of bioxine.
Well, that certainly will work. Outstanding work. I am glad we have you. Look at the time. We've been making plenty of progress. I think we should break for lunch. We shouldn't keep Sebastian waiting.
Hey, Sebastian, what we have?
French onion soup with still steam to the touch.
Hey, so, have you guys made any money yet? How much have you made?
We aren't getting paid for this, Mr. Morgan. We only get paid once we save the Great Coral Reef.
You mean Golden Corral?
Mr. Morgan, it's not Golden Corral. Our research is of the utmost importance to save the coral reefs. Do you understand that coral reefs hold life and shelter for over half of ocean species? They provide food and protection and give jobs based on tourism and medicines. Therefore, Mr. Morgan, I suggest you consider the importance of our research before you make such comments.
It's Captain to you! Calm down. Let us go, Captain. Time to leave.
Whoa, Ava, where did that come from?
We are professionals changing the world for the better, and this imbecile called our work Golden Corral.
Well, you said it out loud. You make a very good point. However, you should have been more professional in your response.
Now that we have a break from all our work, we should get to know each other. Lisa, what's your story?
To start, I haven't really come from much. My family was really poor, but they always encouraged me to study hard so that I could be successful in life. I'm the first person in my family to go to college. I graduated from Harvard near the top of my class, and I immediately started studying marine biology and also found an interest in biochemistry. The growing global warming issue has always been on my mind, so when I got an offer to join this expedition, I immediately took it up. What's your story, Joe?
My parents are both accomplished scientists, so they always pursued me to pursue a similar interest. College was kind of hard, especially considering that I had troubles talking to people and having social interactions. I took up a few public speaking classes and got a lot better at it. Dr. Knights, you're the main man of this operation. How did you become such a successful individual?
In high school, I was valedictorian of my class, and I graduated top of my class in Princeton. In college, I started receiving many job opportunities due to my intellectual ability, including many leadership positions at top scientific corporations, and I have been asked multiple times to be the head of research missions such as this one. This mission, however, was one of my own creations. I pick each one of the individuals on this team based on your qualifications and intellectual potential. That is how we all managed to get ourselves stuck on this vessel. Well, Ava, I do believe it's your turn.
Unlike Lisa, I come from a very successful and wealthy family. My father was one of the top brain surgeons in the country. He graduated from Harvard Medical School. My mother was a world-renowned scientist, recognized for her contributions to the field of biochemistry. Of course, I had to live up to the family name, so I attended Stanford University with a full-ride scholarship to study biology and environmental sciences.
I received my doctoral degrees there and went on to travel the world working to solve ecological problems, and I've received numerous awards for my work. I was asked to find the answers to why all the fish in the water surrounding several local villages were dying off, and it was imperative that my team found an answer in this predicament and provide a solution, since the fish were the main source of the food for all the villagers. After days of research, I came to the conclusion that an invasive plant species had entered these waters and was overtaking all the plants that provided food for the fish. This specific type of plant was found to be causing problems in multiple bodies of water all over their country. My team was set on how to work to get rid of this invasive species, and finally I came up with the solution to the issue. I developed a chemical that was designed to specifically kill off the invasive species, but was harmless to the rest of the organisms in the water. After further testing, I found that this particular chemical was able to be used in humans to kill off cancer cells and reverse such diseases.
Fascinating.
Well, I believe we have wasted enough time for today. We need to get back to work.
Dr. Knights, do you think we're progressing through our research as scheduled?
We are behind by a little bit, but I think we can make up the time. We'll probably end up making a breakthrough sometime, surely within a week.
Aha! Those are my 4 favorite people. How are you guys doing today?
We've just come to relax after our work today.
Ah, you guys are boring. Work all day, do nothing all night. Come on, let's shake something really neat.
Excuse me, Captain, but I'd rather not. We've been working for hours.
Ah, nonsense. Dude, get up, you lazy bums. I'm going to show you my collection.
I guess we don't have much of a choice. Let's just go and make him happy, then we can come back.
Ah, welcome to the home of the great Captain Jack Morgan. Gaze upon my many wonders of the world.
Is this all he has? There are like 6 things in here.
If I'm not mistaken, this is it.
This one's a real treasure. I got this while still in my young sailor days. All it does is point to a few different letters. Anyway, I was sailing to India and I forgot where I was going. And somehow or another I bought this from a merchant and it got me to the shores of Australia. So I guess it's a pretty good luck charm.
Captain Morgan, that's a compass. It does show you where you need to go. It shows you by pointing to which direction is north.
Guess you learn something new every day, huh? Oh! This is a real beauty. This is my blow dart gun.
That is really neat. What kind of poison makes up those darts?
Poison? Oh, these things have poison in them? Well, that's a good thing I never miss while playing darts with my buddies.
Well, I've truly been enjoying this tour, Captain. I think it is time for us to head back.
If you party poopers say so. Anyways, I've got quite the story to tell you guys. Back when
Captain, it's been a pleasure, but I'm not feeling the best tonight. I want to go back to my room and rest.
Party poopers back at it again. Anyway, as I was saying...
Hello? No, they have not caught on that I wrote rations by stupid Americans. I've finally gotten some useful information out of our incompetent captain.
I knew something was wrong about this mission. I shouldn't have agreed to come along so soon. No, it's just my head. Doctors say I'm messed up.
Do not get paid enough to clean up the messes of other people. Miss the days of being a rough and tough sailor, the feeling of getting into a fight. Do anything to get that If I had feeling $1 every time I refix something on this old junky submarine, I wouldn't have to worry about my family at home.
Ow, what was that?
Everyone was supposed to be here ready to work half an hour ago. Have any of you seen Eva?
No, I didn't see her when I went to breakfast this morning. Sebastian was acting very strange, and I wish that Ava was there so I wouldn't be the only one with him. I assume she must not be feeling well today.
That is true. She did make the comment last night that she wasn't feeling very well.
I can excuse her for today, but we need to be picking up the work. We need to get this done before the research mission is over.
I'm sure she'll be back soon enough. She won't be able to last long without feeling the need to brag to us again.
This is getting to be ridiculous. I have given Ava 3 days without requiring her to work. Now that I think about it, I haven't seen her at all these past few days. Should I be worried?
Probably not. You know Ava. She always thinks she has to be better than everyone else and doesn't have to answer anyone else's requests.
That's a good point, but as much as I hate to say it, maybe we shouldn't go and check up on her and see if we can do anything to help her out. Even though I can't stand her, we really need her assistance with the research. She's good at what she does.
That's what I'm thinking too. We can take a short break and go see what's going on. Ava, it's me, Robert. Are you feeling well? We're worried about you.
I don't think she's inside there. Is there any way we can get in?
I'll go find Neil. I think he has a key.
I really am worried about Ava. I have a bad feeling something is wrong. Maybe Sebastian's ramblings lately haven't just been crazy nonsense.
What do you mean?
Well, every time I've gone to get food, Sebastian's been pacing around the kitchen rambling about impending doom and evil surrounding us. As soon as he says it, he turns around, he's paranoid and making these things up. What if he knows something we don't?
Sounds like he's suffering from a mental disorder. We don't need to worry about anything right now. We just need to figure out what Ava's deal is.
I found Neil and Gunter. Neil is going to let us in.
It appears that Ava hasn't been in this room since the night she wasn't feeling well.
If Ava hasn't returned to the room, then where the heck is she? Do you think she's farther below deck?
We should probably all split up and search the vessel for her immediately.
Good idea. Neil, can you go contact the rest and ask them if they can help us find her?
Aye, no problem.
Everyone to come to storage room. I found Ava.
Oh my god, she's dead! What are we gonna do now?
Lisa, calm down. Losing it right now is only going to make things worse. You have got to pull yourself together.
Oh my god, she's been murdered. I need everyone but the researchers to leave immediately.
What in the world is going on in here?
Captain, I'm gonna need you to leave. The last thing we need is a drunk old captain messing with the crime scene.
That is drunk old captain to you.
Can't believe she's actually dead. Who do you think could have done this?
Well, Joe, we probably need to figure out what killed her first.
I don't see any blood or wounds on her body. Who do you think could have done this?
I'm not sure. We should probably take her up to the lab and see what we can find out. We'll have to put our research on hold until then.
Well, we found the murder weapon, poison. The results of the biopsy that I have here show that there were traces of tetrodotoxin in her bloodstream. Clearly, whoever was using this poison had access into the lab at some point, or to a pufferfish. That doesn't narrow it down much, but I'd say it's safe to assume that Captain Morgan was not the killer.
Now the question is, was she killed by insertion, ingestion, or by accident?
Well, there's definitely some type of wound here. Although it's very narrow, it's not much bigger than that of a pinpoint.
Interesting. It must have been injection by some sort.
I wonder, do you think it's possible that the captain's blow darts were the murder weapon? Almost anyone could have gotten access to it, considering how much he loves to show off his treasures.
Great observation. The blow dart would have made it easy to kill her without making a mess.
That is a very strong theory. But we should follow Joe's idea of thinking like a murderer. This will be the easiest way to solve the mystery.
I'll go fetch the captain and meet you outside the captain's quarters. I found the captain. He's going to let us in.
What are you crazy kids doing out and about?
Captain, we need to investigate your trophy room. As you know, there has been a murder, and we believe that the weapon belongs to you.
Well, I mean, I can't just let you guys go in. These are kind of priceless gifts that don't really need to be touched.
Captain, surely you can let us in to look at one thing. We won't even touch anything. And besides, there's a chance that your blow dart gun might not even be in there. There's a chance that it was the murder
blow dart gun is gone? Ah! There it is. I knew you guys were just a bunch of dirty liars. Oh, she's so beautiful.
Murder weapon is still in here, but that doesn't mean it wasn't brought by someone else. I think we need to take it back to the lab and check it for any signs of it being used by someone else.
Joe, I need you to collect the fingerprints and DNA samples of the captain, and while you're at it, help Yekaterina take this poor guy back to his bed. Me and Lisa will take the blow dart gun back to the lab and check for fingerprints. The needle matches up perfectly with a hole on Ava's neck. This must be the murder weapon.
Dr. Knotts, you have to come see this.
Oh, this isn't good. How did the dirt get here?
Well, considering that we weren't working with anything like this, someone must have been in here. The only ones on the ship that could have come into contact with dirt would be those doing manual labor.
Have you guys made any more breakthroughs?
Yes, we narrowed down the suspects to Neil, Gunter, Richard, and Sebastian.
I got Captain Morgan's fingerprints. We can look for any fingerprints that don't match that on the blow dart gun.
Brilliant plan, Joe. We can even split up to save time. I'm getting rather hungry, so I'll go get Sebastian's prints. You can get Gunter, and Lisa, you can take your pick.
Why do I always get the short end of the stick?
I'll head down to the workers area to get Richard's. If I see Neil along the way, I'll pick his up on there.
Great, let's get going.
I don't think I've ever been as nervous as when I had to ask Gunter for his fingerprints. I don't think I would have got it if it wasn't for Captain Morgan being there to help. He seems to care more about his blow dart gun than the fact that there's a murder on the vessel.
Yeah, I think that's the only time Captain Morgan has been useful. It took me almost an hour to get Sebastian's fingerprints. I highly doubt he's the killer. He's too paranoid to even leave the kitchen.
I ran into Neil first, so I got his fingerprints. I had to listen to the whole story about how we don't do anything. And he says that he doesn't think that any of us are really who we say we are. He thinks that we're behind the murder.
That's completely absurd. We need to get the fingerprints checked. Let's start with Neil's. None of these are a match. That must mean our killer is Richard Fish. We should go together to confront him.
I think we need to take some of the crew with us. He might be dangerous.
The heck is he holding there?
No, don't touch.
Aye, what did you do that for?
Look at the body. There are no marks, but he is dead. The letter must have poisoned him.
Interesting. Thank you, Gunter. We still need to figure out if he's the killer. Lisa, can you get his fingerprints?
Yes, sir.
Joe, I need you to go with Neil and Gunter to tell the rest of the crew that Richard is dead. Me and Lisa will take the fingerprints back to the lab and see if they're a match. The fingerprints are an exact match. Richard killed Ava. What are we supposed to do now that our murderer is dead?
Well, whenever I was looking through Richard's room, I made an observation, but I couldn't really say it at the time.
What is it?
Well, under Richard's bed, there was some diamonds and gold and money, and I don't think Richard would have had a lot of money because his diary was laying open. It said that he was concerned that his family was going to starve. He might have killed Ava, but I don't think he's our real problem. There's still a psychopath among us.
Stay away from me, you crazy murderers. All I want to do is cook food and live happily. Get your food and leave.
Sebastian, please stop. Your incessant ramblings aren't helping anyone.
She has points, Sebastian. We won't achieve anything if we just tear each other apart.
Seriously, Sebastian, chill, bro. Personally, I think it was good. I think that's something right.
Hey, shut up.
Personally, I think it was Gunter. You can tell he's hiding something.
Shut up.
You're the one that hides everything, and you never talk.
Watch your mouth or you'll regret it.
Just like Ava regretted it.
Joe, you need to stop. We can't make assumptions.
Oh yeah, and why not?
Seriously, stop it, you two.
Joe, you need to calm down.
Get off me. I'm sick of this. You all see the truth.
I say we let him calm down a little bit and take care of that nosebleed of yours.
Hey, Sebastian, you got any tots?
What do you mean?
I believe he would like to have some tater tots.
No.
Alright, whatever. See you nerds later.
The cafeteria was certainly interesting, and it has me rethinking everything I thought about Joe.
Definitely. I think we need to look deeper into Joe's alibi. Should we maybe try to look through his belongings? I know it's trespassing, but we really don't have many options here.
Normally I would say no to such an idea, but you are correct. We can't be too sure if Joe is really who he says he is.
We should try within the next hour. As he said, he's going to the recreation room to clear his mind. We might not get an opportunity like this ever again. Joe, you in there? We need to talk. Alright, if he's in here, he's had warning.
Well, he certainly has a lot of interesting pictures. What is this all about?
Ava Longoria makes an amazing breakthrough, saving countless lives. Why would he care about Ava's successes?
Wait a minute. That kind of looks like Joe.
Yeah, it really does. Look, it's a list of the research team. Ava Longoria, Lincoln Milson, Julianne Smith, Charles Wesley. Oh my goodness.
What is it? What's wrong?
Joseph Miles, it's really him.
What does this have to do with anything? It says here that Ava was the leader of the operation in an interview. She claimed to discover a cure for cancer, but down here, Joe claims that he's the one that discovered it.
So that means he must have hated her from the start. I knew I felt animosity between them, but I never thought it would be enough to make Joe go insane and kill her.
Let's go. We have a murder to convict.
Hey, where are you two running off to?
We have proof of the murder. We're gonna go confront him.
Boy, this should be good.
Or go fast.
We're going to find Joe and let him know that we know that he killed Ava. Care to join?
Where are you going so fast?
Calm down, Sebastian. Joe is the murderer. We have proof.
I do not like you, and I do not trust you, but I will join you.
Oh, look, a party. Well, let's go.
Katrina, you fool!
It's not a party, Captain. We found out that Joe's a murderer. We just need proof that he wrote the letters to Richard.
A letter? Hey, I got a letter.
Did Joe give you the letter?
I don't know. Why are you asking me? I could really use some tater tots right now.
Are you guys still talking about how Joe practically killed Ava and then murdered Dick?
Why are you taking notes so much? Are you some sort of spy?
Anyways, here in my notes, I have it written down that Joe gave Captain Morgan the letter, as you guys can see, you know, right here. Yeah, you'll see. I probably have footage too, if you guys want to go back to the communication center.
Oh, it was you, Joe.
What do you
We
mean?
know.
We know you killed Ava and Richard, but why?
I did no such thing.
Yes, you did. We have proof. Captain Morgan delivered a letter for you, and we found poison in your room.
You're a bad man. Very bad man.
She deserved it.
Gunter, take care of him.
No, I found the cure. I deserve to be a successful one. Ah!